Hi, welcome to the Afrocentric Woman. I want to come on here and give a quick roster update. Um, I really wanted to go live about um, Black women in the salsa scene, but I need to gather my thoughts more about that. I went salsa dancing on Sunday and yesterday, and yeah, there's a lot we need to talk about as far as colorism, racism, desirability of Black women among other races of men, moving around in spaces where Black men don't want Black women. And, you know, what I discovered really was something different between sort of like enticing versus um, proving myself. I don't know. I've come a long way. I've been dancing for over 20 years. So, is it 20? Hold on. Hold on. Let me. Yeah, no, it is. Hold on. Hold on. That's not adding up. 2000, 2002, almost 20 years. 2003, 2000, 2003, 2004. Let's just say like 17 years, something like that. I've been dancing. And so there's lots of conversations. I want to share my experience as a Black woman in the salsa scene in various different cities and other Black women who come into this space, and we all experience very similar. We already have natural hair and dark skinned Black women. We all have similar experiences, so we can talk about that tomorrow. I will schedule a live, so that way hopefully YouTube can push it out to the subscribers. And if anybody dances any type of Latin dance, salsa, merengue, bachata, kizomba, uh, any of that, and you want to share your experience or just chime in the chat, hopefully YouTube will do that. I don't know, y'all. My timeline is really effed up. I don't know why, but there's people I subscribe to. I'm not getting any of their updates, and I'm only getting a bunch of crap I don't care about. Like, airplanes and ice skating and just like, what is this? My timeline is all messed up. Hey, AJ. Hey, Selfish Love. Y'all, welcome in. I'm so glad y'all are catching the live. So, my portfolio. I'm looking at my list. So I have a new strategy. My strategy right now is lots and lots of conversations happening. I was kind of, handling a much smaller group of men. Um, I was handling a much smaller group of men, but those men are fading out. Um, the guy that I've been dating, like, I don't know, we had like 5 dates. He's pretty much fading out because he wanted me to go to Mexico. I don't want to go. Um, I already know why he wants me to go to Mexico. I don't want to go. So once I told him that I wasn't going to Mexico, he kind of like started backing off, which I understand. And then the other guy I already told y'all about. I think tonight what I'm going to do is write down everything I don't like about him because I'm having a hard time um, shaking the situation. So I need to write down why I don't like him. I need to write down not so much why I don't like him because I kind of like him. I need to write down all the stuff he's done that's been red flags. I need to write down the things that has shown low effort on his behalf, very, very low effort. Um, his stinginess, and his selfishness. I need to write down those things so that I can be reminded as to why I cannot engage with that. You know what I'm saying? I think that might help me shake it because it's still kind of sticky. It's kind of sticking on my shoe. and I can't get it off. It's like a pesky piece of gum that I can't get off of my shoe, and I need to get him off of my shoe. So that's what I'm gonna do. I keep saying I'm gonna take a spiritual bath, and I keep not doing it. But I think that a spiritual bath will help too. I did sage myself the other day, and that felt really uplifting. I like saged my room, I saged my workspace, my doorway, and I saged myself. So that was helpful. And maybe I'll do a yoni steam and a bath and write down all the stuff. I don't like the stinginess. I don't like the selfishness. I don't like the self-centeredness because for me, that comes with a big price. If you want me to be all about you while I'm with you, then when I'm not with you, you need to be taking care of my stuff. That's how I see it. If you're expecting me to show up and basically, you know, just put everything on the line for you and be all about you and you're all about yourself, that's not free. That's not free. Not over here. That comes with a price. Spiritual bath, oh, there's so many different ways you can do it. A very basic spiritual bath is just water and sea salt or water and Epsom salt. And it's really more so the intention you put in the bath. So if you have a issue, an emotional issue, a spiritual issue, you can make a bath and put the Epsom salt or sea salt in there and put the intention. You want to soak away what's bothering you. If you have an energy on your body that you want to soak away, you want to relax and you want to release some things, and just imagine that energy lifting off of you, going into the water. And when you open up the drain and let the water go down, you just let that energy go right on down the drain. So the spiritual bath is very much so about your intention, what intention you put in the water, what intention you're trying to achieve. So if you're trying to cleanse yourself and purify yourself, then put that intention on the water and then visually imagine whatever it is that you're releasing going out and away from you as you relax and tap back into your divine feminine and you restore yourself. As women, we're very restorative, including the reproductive system. It's very forgiving, right? It's elastic, it snaps back. Um, it's very forgiving when you give your body and your aura and your femininity what it needs to restore. It will do that. It will do that. And if you believe in, water deities or water spirits, you can add all that in there, but really at the base level, it's really about um, the sea salt or the Epsom salt, the water, your intention, and watching the stuff wash down. Now, you could add herbs in there, you could add essential oils. There's a lot you can do. Now, I will say be careful with the oils because, like, one time my friend gave me she has like a whole different spiritual practice than I do. And she gave me a recipe for a spiritual bath, and I ended up with the BV because it had like cinnamon and um what else was in there? Orange peels and honey. And anyway, girl, my body was like, no, ma'am. My body was like, no, ma'am, Pam. I don't like all these flavors. I don't like all this. I don't know. It didn't do good for me. So I do like to keep it pretty simple. The sea salt is pretty simple. It won't throw your pH off. I might put some like lavender or, just a few drops, just enough to like just kind of ease my mind, or chamomile in there. Or if you wanted to do some herbs and boil them, and herbs as in lavender, chamomile, uva orchis. It really just depends on what you're trying to do. It can get fancy. It can get real fancy. But I think just to keep it simple, if you're just getting into it, just stick to the sea salt and the Epsom salt and your intentions, and then get comfortable with that. And your intuition will lead you what you need to do after that. All right, so that's the spiritual bath. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do a spiritual bath, a yoni steam, sage myself and write down why I can't tolerate the stinginess and the lack of effort, and that should help get rid of that. But y'all, in the meantime, between time, I have like, I don't know, 1,000 conversations going. I don't quite have 1,000 conversations. I'm exaggerating, but I have lots of conversations with a variety of different men going on. Obviously, I'm not holding my breath for this guy. Obviously, I'm not. I never would. I'm single until I sign my marriage license. That's how I see it. I would never not pursue a viable candidate. I don't care what the status of a verbal agreement. I don't care about that. I only care about marriage license. Once we sign the marriage license, I'll break up with all the other guys. How about that? All right. So let me just give you a rundown of different professions. So I'm talking to 2 portfolio managers, 2 attorneys, a commercial real estate owner, a physician, an engineer, 2 tech executives, a rancher, and a venture capitalist. That's my like top. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's my top 10 guys. That's not everybody, but that's at least the top 10 guys that I'm dealing with right now that I'm having conversations with. I should be having lunch with the rancher this Friday. I just need to work out the schedule, but he is willing to drop what he's doing, come over to my city because he lives like in a more rural area, but he's willing to like drop what he's doing and come and have lunch with me. So that's cool. He's a really fascinating guy. Like he has a really weird background. He has like his race, his profession, and his country of origin, they do not match. He is literally all over the place. So I'm curious about that. I'm curious about that. I dated a rancher briefly at the beginning of my journey, and I didn't know how to handle him. He was a narcissist, for sure, and I just I was more repulsed by it than I was willing to manipulate it. You know what I'm saying? So when his narcissism started to kind of be more obvious and more like annoying, I just I just dropped it. But in the short time that we talked, he had got my brakes fixed, and he also gave me money and took me out and wanted to do more of that. I just at that time I didn't have the skills that I have now with dealing with a mild case of narcissism. Now I almost just expect them to be pretty narcissistic, and I low key don't care as long as I'm getting something out of the deal. And of course, I don't do violence. I don't like at all, zero tolerance. But just like self-centeredness and selfishness, I almost just expect men to be selfish, self-centered, self-serving, manipulative, and always trying to con you out of something that they want. I pretty much expect that, and I'm prepared to handle it and navigate through that so that I can always get what I want first. So that is my approach on that. Had I known what I know now, I would have probably had some nice handbags. I probably would have had my rent paid, you know what I'm saying? But I digress. Anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting the rancher. I think that'll be really interesting. Um, there's one black guy on my list, but I don't think he's gonna last long. I don't even know why he swiped on me, to be honest with you. I don't even know why. Um, if he's expecting to be worshipped, he swiped on the wrong person. So I think he probably won't really pursue me. Like, he's already sitting on red, right? He's already sitting on red because these other guys, Asian, white, Jewish, I think an Italian, they're all, oh no, I think there's one Indian on this list too. Or some guys are in my inbox, but they're not on this list. So I know I have some Indians and I think a Greek guy, a lot of white guys. Um, and then when I say white, I mean like American white. Oh, there's a British guy on that list. He's an expat. Who else? So, you know, these guys, tend to kind of chase a little bit more. They actually pursue women. Whereas my experience of African American males is they're more relaxed and feminine. They don't really chase women. They don't really pursue women. They rather present their maleness and their blackness, and they kind of just lay back in the cut and let the women chase them. And so that doesn't work for me because I don't chase men. I don't pursue men. I allow them to pursue me. So that's why, I don't usually get anywhere with black guys that are actually qualified to date me. Because yeah, Dusties will kind of like be in your inbox and bothering you and stuff, but obviously they're not even qualified to date you. So there's a difference. I'm talking about the guys who are actually qualified to date me. Those are the guys whose it's like their ego is so ginormous, you can't even fit in the room with them because their head is so ginormous. You wouldn't even be able to fit in there. They will be spending more time getting dressed than you. They will be more worried about their eyebrows than you are. That's those kind of guys. And, they look good on paper, but I'm more traditional. I don't chase guys. And most African American males who like have master's degrees and they're accomplished, they don't really pursue black women like that. So, I mean, we'll see. He's not blocked or you know. If he wants to come out here, he can. Because I know I just unmatched one black guy as I was like, hey, I'm open to talking. And usually, like, and I'll do another video where I just talk about conversation. But like, I don't push stuff with guys. I really kind of give them the bait, I give them the invitation, and I let them pursue it. So if I tell a guy, like I tell one of these white guys, hey, I'm open to talking on the phone or I'm open to talking by voice. They're like, all right, what time? When can I call you? Here's my number. What's your number? When can we talk? Like these guys are on it. I told this black guy, oh, hold on. Um, I told this black guy, hey, I'm open to talking. He was like, okay, um, I'm fine with that. So like, what the fuck? Unmatched. I don't have time for this feminine shit. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to pursue me or are you not? But I just, I don't have time. Like, yeah, you're decent looking, you have a good career, but I'm not going to enter into a relationship. It's not even about me. It's never going to get anywhere. We're never going to get to date number one because you're not going to ask me out. You're not going to pursue me. You're not going to push forward. So I only respond to the men who are trying, the men who put forth effort, the men who are like, I want to take you here, pick whatever restaurant you want to go. I have this, I have that. That's the kind of guys I respond to. This feminine, laid back shit, it doesn't work for me. For me personally, I don't respond to that. So that's why we never get anywhere, and I just end up unmatching them. All right. So now I did have one older guy, like not old as in like chronologically old, but he's like a throwback guy from last year. Yeah, right. Uh, it's been a while. I have to check my calendar and see, but he has been calling me every day. Wants to take me to dinner. Like he broke it off with me, and I only really broke things off with him because I foolishly was committing to somebody prematurely, which, I'll never do that again. So I cut everybody off. Like I had a roster at that time, and I cut everybody on my roster off for this guy, and this guy ended up being a douche. So I'll never do that again. I'll never cut off my roster until I sign my marriage license. But anyway, so he got cut back when, I was gonna try to like focus on one guy, but he's been like hardcore pursuing. So I'm thinking about what I want because I'm not like, if you want to come back in my life, I don't care who ended it. It always comes with a price. So another guy wanted to come back, and I told him, I was like, well, you have to put some cash in my hand, man. And he was like, okay, that's fine. And I still don't have the cash, but he still doesn't have the date. I don't care. Sometimes guys have no intentions of doing anything for you, but they don't want to seem like they're broke. So when you're like, hey, I need money, they'll say okay, but they won't give it to you because they just didn't want to tell you no. You know what I'm saying? So they say yes, but yes and not doing anything basically means no. So he tried to come back, and then now he's trying to come back. I'm like, I kind of want a facial. I don't know if I want a facial, if I want new perfume, if I want a necklace. I'm trying to think about what I want. I don't know what I want, I guess. I kind of want the facial, but I kind of want some extra money too. So that way I can use that money to pay off, debt or something like that. But I really do want the facial because I'm loving my skin products. I told y'all in my getting ready with me video, I'm using Origins products, but I'm also using the Pharmacy Green Clean. I use the Pharmacy Green Clean. I use but I'm using Origins cleanser, serum, and moisturizer, and the mask. And my skin, I promise you, like the other day, the only thing I did was put like a little bit of eyebrow pencil on. That's all I put on my face. And my face looks so good, like without no foundation, no concealer, nothing. And I was like, okay, girl. Girl, whose skin is glowing like that? That's you. Okay. All right. I might not have to wear foundation every day. So I'm like, all right, great. My regimen is working. I use the Fenty Hydra Visor underneath my makeup, or I just use the Hydra Visor like if I'm going to work out outside, if I'm just like out and about, I'll use that. And then after whatever I put on like at night, I'll spray a little bit of rose water on my face. Oh, and the reishi mushroom um the reishi mushroom moisturizing stuff from Origins. So I'm really pleased with my skin. I think everything that I'm doing is working. The only thing that I want to do now is just get a facial, and I want to kind of incorporate regular facials and just like my regular upkeep, so that I think that'll just top everything off because it's working, and I think it can only get better from here. So I've totally lost my train of thought, but I was just trying to think about what I want from this guy because I mean, he's been calling me every day for the past, I don't know, week. So obviously you really want me, so all right, give me the facial, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I want. I guess I just needed to decide on what I want so that I can get it. And I'm going to have conversations with all these guys. I'm getting ready to take a trip. I set my app to travel mode. So oh, of this list of guys that I mentioned, plus other guys that are in the inbox, probably like half of them are Ivy League guys. When it comes to Ivy League, I really don't even read the profile, to be honest. I just swipe right. If if it says Duke, Harvard, Yale, Cornell, any of those schools, I don't even right. I don't even read it. That's just, you're if you're an Ivy leaguer, you're getting swiped on right. That's just what it is. So probably like half my guys that I'm talking to right now, about maybe more than half, probably a little bit more than half of them are Ivy League guys. So, um, so yeah, that's exciting. And planning out my day load has been good to me. I'm taking sort of like a longer trip, and I'm planning out multiple dates. I was out with my level up friends yesterday. I met up with two level up friends, and we were swapping some really good ideas. One, um, one, one of my friends, she's going to a um, charity auction thing. Anyway, she was doing research, and she said that last year at this event they raised $850,000. So she figured, hey, there must be some people in there going to this event that have money. So she's planning on going to that. I don't know. It's probably something I don't know if I can do it, because if it's in the evening, that's always challenging for me. But like she was sharing that idea. I was sharing how I don't really freestyle a lot because I don't have freestyling. Okay, with freestyling is like a hit and miss, like you have a 50-50 chance of meeting somebody, and you have a 50-50 chance of like meeting no one at all. And for me, my time is so limited. I don't have that time for that. I just usually don't. So I actually prefer online screening. I have a whole screening process, initial vetting, conversation. I base it off of, where they invite me to, just a variety of different criteria. And then I may schedule 2 dates in a day. I've done as much as 3 dates in a day. I'll meet a guy for lunch or brunch. I'll meet another guy for an early dinner. I'll meet another guy for drinks and desserts. That's kind of how I have to do it when I don't have a lot of time. If I have a babysitter, I'm going to try to maximize my time. And so I'm planning out this trip, and I'm planning on like, okay, I'm going to go see this friend, and then I have this dinner with this guy, and then I'm going to meet this guy at a lounge, and then the next day I'm meeting this guy for brunch, and then I'm meeting another guy for this, and so I'm scheduling things out very meticulously, to make sure that I get to vet as many, candidates as possible. So they were like, "How do you do that?" And I was trying to explain to them, but it just had never dawned on them to maximize your time, maximize your makeup, maximize your dress, maximize everything by trying to see multiple guys in one day. So, so that's that. Yeah, we swapped. Yeah, but I'll tell you more about our time tomorrow when I do the whole salsa black women thing, and then I can go more into detail about our night out. Um, is there anything else with my roster? Travel mode. Oh, okay. So I know what I was going to say. So I have one trip that's coming up that's kind of far, and that's when I'm going to like double up, double up, double up. Then I also set my travel to a local city that's like a few hours away. So there's that. Now, the portfolio manager, he lives far. I'm talking to two different portfolio managers. One of them, he's like semi-retired and he travels a lot. So if things go well in his city where I'm going, he's going to take me out in his city, then he will come here and then possibly we might do a trip somewhere. Who knows? I don't want to like astro project. Who knows? Um, I'll keep you updated, but we've already talked about traveling logistics and he has no problem traveling out to my city. So that's good. And then with the local city, there's guys who are willing to travel. There's guys that live there, but they have family here, so they're willing. So I just think it's good. I kind of felt like I've kind of seen the best that my city has to offer for right now. That isn't to say that guys aren't coming onto the app after being divorced, or guys aren't coming onto the apps after having moved into the area or gotten out of a relationship and now they're back on the dating scene. That kind of thing definitely happens. But for the most part, just as far as like just having access to a whole big giant group of men, I just felt like travel mode was the best for that. Now, I got overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed with conversations right now. I just told you my top 10. That I probably have like 50 people. Oh my lord, I probably have like 50 conversations going on right now. So I disabled my I didn't dis I hid my account because I don't want any more matches. I'm too overwhelmed. I just need to dwindle down the men that are already in my inbox. I just need to go through each one and see who's a keeper, who do I need to get rid of, who can stay, who can go, and so I hid my account and I'm not going to display my account again until I'm ready to handle a big influx. Because whenever I set my travel mode to a different city, it's like inundated with matches, inundated. And so I just, you know, I don't want to miss any because I've missed matches because of slow response time and things like that. So I kind of just want to focus on cultivating these conversations, getting the dates set up for my trip, focus on that because I'm still, picking the best date. Like I'm asking these guys, like, what do you want? What do you have in mind? What do you like to do for fun? I'm getting them to tell me what they want to do. Now, who was that? The portfolio manager. Okay, so the two portfolio managers, they are really coming with it. Like one guy was telling me about like a rooftop dinner experience. So, I kind of like I want something memorable and fun. So I really I need to know what you want to do before I can confirm with you. In other words, I'm not going to confirm a date with you until I know what you want to do because I don't want to turn down like a luxurious rooftop dining experience for a free walk in the museum or a cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. So I am taking my time and getting everything organized properly. I do want to pick the commercial property owner's brain about a few business things. So that's always nice to be able to do that. And that, my folks, that is my roster update. Where did I meet the rancher? I met the rancher online on a dating app. Tell us more about the Asian dude. I don't know much about him. When it comes to Asians, I really don't. I, I think that they get harassed a lot about. I pretend like it's nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't draw attention like, oh, you're Asian. Where are you from? What country? I don't, I think they get that a lot. So you really set yourself apart when you're dealing with Asian men if you just like don't make a big deal about it and it eventually comes up. So honestly, we've had some text conversations and then we had a phone conversation and now we're trying to work out a date for this weekend. Um, it will eventually come up. So I don't have much to tell you about the Asian guy right now. Um, yeah, I don't have much to tell you about that. But when I know more, I will let you know. Yes, black men do want you to chase them, and I don't chase men, and that's why I never get anywhere with black men. Are these men you met from? Yes, these are all men from online dating, all of them. Yes, I do hate finance men. You notice that there are no finance guys on my list. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that. I've had some finance guys try to swipe on me. No. I mean, there's always exceptions to the rules, but when you're dealing with 300 matches and you get 300 down to 50, if I have to choose in between engineer, tech executive, venture capitalist, I'm just going to go with one of them versus vice president of finance. No, thank you. I'll pass. No, and then I think I have some pharmaceutical salespeople in my thing too. Those guys make pretty good money, pharmaceutical sales. They make pretty good medicine. Now, the dental ones don't make as much money, like dental and medical device. Just depends on what type of device it is. But like just straight pharmaceutical, like pharma, depending on like which, like asthma medicine, any type of medicine that is used up quickly. You know what I'm saying? Like used all the time and it's used up quickly. Those guys make a lot of money. Those guys make a lot of money. So it's good to know when they say pharmaceuticals, like what kind though? What are you selling exactly? That has been my experience. So I'm gonna my intention is to schedule the live for tomorrow where I will go into Black women in the salsa scene. I just want to kind of share my experience and lessons learned and all that jazz. So my intention will be to schedule that for tomorrow. And God, there's another thing I wanted to schedule. Oh yeah, I'm gonna schedule another live on navigating YouTube relationships. I'm gonna schedule that for sometime this week. And another thing I can let y'all ladies know is that the 1 year anniversary of my channel is coming up in October. Can you friggin' believe it? So I'm going to be inviting you to send me success stories. It doesn't matter how small it is. It can be as minuscule as I wasn't dating and then I decided like I started dating, or it can be something as simple as I was able to get a good date with a guy. Doesn't matter what it is, or, I um, cultivated a new healthy relationship with a new friend, or I was able to recognize narcissistic traits. Whatever you have learned, if you have a roster now, if you know that you're not supposed to commit to one guy at a time, you're not supposed to meet a guy. Hi, my name is Joe. Oh, you want to be my girlfriend? Oh, sure, Joe, I'll be your girlfriend. I don't know anything about you, but you're male and sure, because you asked me, I'll say yes. Like if you've learned that you shouldn't do that, then that's what I want to hear. I want to hear little stories, small wins, because I don't know how I want to do it, but maybe like a week's worth of sharing success stories. Um, I don't know. We'll figure it out, but I do want to hear your success. I want to hear what you've learned or what you've gained or what's been helpful to you on the channel. So we can celebrate that with you. And I can know what to do more of, for year number 2. of this channel. So, yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, beautiful ladies. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Please be so kind as to like the video. And subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed. I very much so appreciate you. And remember, beautiful Black woman, you are worthy, you are enough, you are lovable, and I appreciate you. Okay, so selfish love, email me or hit me up on Instagram. You can email me. All right, beautiful ladies, I appreciate you. Peace.